Today is Tuesday, July 8th, and this is the wake-up call from WUSF. I'm Sky LeBron. Today you'll hear about an uptick in arrests by ICE here in Florida, and who exactly is being arrested. Plus, some events you may want to punch in your calendar for this week. But first, let's hit those news headlines. Sarasota County hired a boss to run a new department focused on stormwater. Residents are excited about Ben Quartermain's hiring because flooding's been a serious problem for public works in the county. Commissioner Mark Smith had this absolutely wild take about the need to hire a new director.
This may be the most highly anticipated Savior since Jesus Christ, with a bit of Moses in there, and that we don't need you to part the water, you need to part the sand.
Well, good luck with those expectations, Quartermain. By the way, these changes to focus more on stormwater could increase the local taxes. Yesterday, we talked about student test scores in Florida. Now, individual school grades are out, and Governor Ron DeSantis seems pretty pumped about it.
71% of all graded schools are now earning either an A or a B grade. That's a really big deal. This exceeds our performance last year, in which 64% of schools earned an A or a B grade.
On a local level, 28 districts got an A. That's almost half of the state's 67 school districts. Fun fact, 67 is the number of counties Florida has, if you need that for the next time you're out at bar trivia. Did you know a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance? Absolute masterclass by whoever came up with that term, seriously. Well, one of the largest flamboyances in a decade was spotted in the Everglades. Bird ecologist Mark Cook came across 125 American flamingos. That'd be the largest group spotted in South Florida since 2014. You can check out the photos of the flamboyance right now at WUSF.org. They look fly as hell. ICE arrests have shot up during President Donald Trump's second term, and a deeper dive into that data shows that more and more of those arrests are of people without criminal records. And of course, that rings true in Florida, where the governor has promised to lead that immigration crackdown. WUSF's Nancy Guan covers immigration for the station, and she's been monitoring that uptick. Nancy, why should people care about this story, and who exactly is getting picked up by ICE?
So more people are being arrested by ICE, but what's really notable is that a larger share of these people have no criminal convictions or criminal charges. So a lot of the time, these are people who have been in the country for years, even decades, and don't have anything on their record besides the immigration offense. Paul Chavez, an immigration attorney with the group Americans for Immigrant Justice, says that these practices are causing panic in the immigrant community.
People aren't sure what to do. Should we go to our check-in? Should we continue to follow the law? The kids afraid that, if they go to school and come home, their parents might not be back.
Chavez says some of these immigrants were in the process of trying to get their status changed. So that shows that the Trump administration is not just going for the worst of the worst. And it's happening on a national scale. When we look at Florida data, we can see this steady uptick beginning in March. And at the beginning of June, which is the latest we have the data for, we actually start to see the number of people with no criminal record surpassing either those with charges or convictions.
And if you want to hear more about this story or read more on this story, you can right now at WUSF.org. Nancy, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks for having me.
If you're into poetry, or maybe you've got some slammin' poetry to share, sorry about that one, head to the Dali Museum in St. Petersburg Thursday night. There's an open mic night where 20 people get 3 minutes to speak their deepest stuff. The sign-up sheet literally opens 30 minutes before the event, so no excuses if you've been thinking about it. You got this. Just don't fold on stage. Another cool Thursday gig is at Bert's Barracuda Harley-Davidson and the OCC Roadhouse in Clearwater. Bert's Great American Bike Night lets people with motorcycles show off what they got. It's got bike games, music, food, a mechanical bull, and even a bike burnout. What's better than that smell of rubber? And if you're listening to this pod on your motorcycle, thank you so much, because I know that thing gets pretty loud. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, Bonnet Springs Park in Lakeland hosts its Sunset Dance Series this Wednesday. That park's been voted the best in the nation by USA Today, and let me tell you, it lives up to the hype, and this is just another reason to check it out. There's a mix and mingle to start, just a fun way to get loose even if you suck at dancing. Keep it simple, hit them with a little two-step and call it a day. But that's the wake-up call from WUSF. Hope your Tuesday is as tantalizing as a tarantula in a trench coat. I just made that up on the spot. But for real, have a great one and like us and follow us wherever you listen to the podcast. Catch you on Wednesday's Wake Up Call.